have not turned on my phone yet. I did, if anyone is interested, upload some more things to my Redbubble site. I changed our zebra to red. And that is available on the Redbubble site. And my doctor how we found out about my doctor's ability to do the genetic testing, found out what genetic testing they did at our local EDS clinic, because our EDS clinic was being shut down and was actually later that year after we was, and a few things like that. So so my doctor, being concerned about it, and we wanted to get my son out he wanted to go on a mission. We wanted to give him the chance to go out. So my doctor and I looked more into it and found out, and my doctor's actually been ordering the genetic testing and everything else that goes along with it. That was basically the straw that broke the camel's back, is just wanting to be sure if it was that type of EDS, which is the most dangerous type. People with a lot of vascular issues that have the signs of EDS, so especially unexplained aneurysms, is huge red flag for VEDS. But obviously with an aneurysm, it puts your life at risk. And so because of that, yes, we need to raise awareness for EDS, but they really put a even greater focus on vascular EDS or VEDS, and they have one day during the EDS Awareness Month that they specifically devote to vascular EDS and ask everyone to help raise awareness there. I believe that's the 15th, I'm not positive, but so that's why the red zebra.
Oh, good, I found you. I'm afraid that Hogwarts needs your help. The final matches of the Inter-House Quidditch Cup are upon us, and excitement is running high among the students. Their single-minded focus has attracted the attention of the Calamity. Regrettably, Hogwarts Quidditch Cup itself has been taken, and I dare say the Calamity has gone too far this time. Although we could certainly proceed without the cup, I would hate for the winning has to be denied the honor. Will you help me end this Calamity surge and return the centuries-old cup to Hogwarts?
Oh, wow! So this time, it's literally gone, at least. In other ones, we haven't heard about it literally being gone. In this one, every time we return it, it disappears again. Until we get rid of the event, at least. And where it is Angelina Johnson and a few things like that, I have a feeling not all of it is completely disappearing, but in this case, maybe because it's an object instead of a person, and it's an object that isn't used a lot. It's just, because of what it is, it's able to completely take it away. And so we have to completely return it. So, is anyone on? Nope. Okay. So I do have my stuff ready to the bruise, waiting to go for the second task as soon as I need some of the magical games and sports, which is the yellow snitch. And then I need a certain amount of those purple that you are already going after. There's one of them specifically, but I don't remember which one. And then I'll need to pick up 2 items. I think it is, or a certain amount of ingredients, if I'm remembering right. Now, I haven't looked since yesterday, so don't quote me on it. But I think that's what I need to do to move to the second task. And if so, I'm watching for the corn that's on the ground. Do you know what I mean?
Nope.
You're like, I'll go after the stuff I know.
Yep.
So yeah, you can go after the yellow Quidditch thing. Just grab any of them. Also, so. Now it's probably filled up because it's going to that way. Wait for a minute while I look at this to see where it's at. And for some reason this time my hand followed it. Going live now. I know it's a slightly strange time. Mindy needs to get to work, and then at 2, and then at 3:30 I have PT. So at least I'm pretty sure it's PT, or I'm pretty sure it's
3:30 and 4.
3:30 and 4. You looked it up?
No, I didn't look it up. I called them.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't know how to look it up.
On my calendar, but that's fine.
Yeah, but I did it earlier today.
Okay. Well, my phone was having issues. I could have looked it up on the computer. That's fine. I forgot. So, I'm thinking you'll take the 4 o'clock one so that I can take you back.
Okay.
Because, and so you're gone the least amount of time. Mm-hmm. Because if I were to pick you up, or I guess you could call me if they want to pick you up rather than take you. So if they want to pick you up at like 4 o'clock right about, I could pick you up before, take you, and then they can come get you. So you can decide which one you get, first or second appointment, and let me know if I need to pick you up or if I'm dropping you off. If that makes sense. Mm-hmm. But if I pick you up and drop you off, you're going to be gone the whole hour. Because there's no way to take you, or pick you up, and then take you to PT, and then take you back, and then get there immediately. I'm not that magical yet. You haven't figured out how to...
I'll find a way to befriend the TARDIS. Or steal one, like the doctor did.
Definitely pick that one up. Yeah, I do need 3 ingredients. Might as well go after this. Okay, 1 more magical game in sports, 2 more Nimbus, and 2 ingredients. And then, yes, the daily assignments has been changed. And let's go to registry, events, so we can look at it. And there's my daughter. I wonder if she's having me take a check-in. There's the gift. So. Porky. What are you asking me to go deposit a check? Please.
It's a very terrible way for this to happen. My mistake. Never mind.
Well, ask Danny if he wants to put in his bank account before I leave. And just have me go put it in, or
You can't sign.
I can put it deposit. Let me get a hold of Steven if I can and ask him.
Please.
I just thought of one thing I better ask her.
Okay. Yeah, Danny's the savings, mine's checking. I assume Steven's is checking as well. You'll have to call him.
Okay, and check with Mom, make sure it's okay, because you aren't supposed to have them until tomorrow. Guess I'll just go after stuff while I wait. Hi, Steph! So I had to drop my daughter off at work. And then I have PT later. And so I'm just staying in town.
She said it's fine.
Okay. But that also means my daughter's kind of putting me to work, so I'm playing while being put to work. And I found 1 port key so far, and I do have space for more than one, so I don't know that Mindy was watching for them while we drove in, so there may have been more out and about, but obviously in that one space, I only was able to pick up one. So that's kind of interesting. Wrong one. There's another one. I hate this road right here. They have a three-way road, but it's one side has a curve, rather than a 4, it's a 3. So one side ties into the other, but it's on an angle, and one side, the side that usually has the most action, actually has a curve. And that person was stupid. She's sitting there with her and her kids and whatever, some of them in a stroller, and literally walked, didn't even stop to make sure any of the cars were stopping. And it's not a road that there's a crosswalk at. And she just walked right out into the road with it. Luckily I was watching. And then she waves to the other side as a thank you, but doesn't even look my way at all. That's not good. I mean, I'm glad you're at the park and that you can go somewhere and calm down, but it's always hard when there's issues. I sent you an invite to our Discord server. I actually have one of the channels is called emojis full size emojis, something like that. So if you want, you could join and look at those, and if you want any of those for the hive, let me know. Get 2 checking and a savings deposit slip.
Yes.
Okay. I get that, Steph. You just wait until everything calms down, or... And sorry about that. I had to deposit stuff for the kids. Yes. Okay. So if anyone was listening, they may have just heard my address, but that's fine. It's not like you couldn't have figured it out by watching the stream. You might check Utah. I know Utah is at a point of opening up. They're letting out-of-state visitors come to the parks and everything. I'm not saying that's where you want to move, but I'm saying we aren't shut down as much as other places, so you might get away with it. And we actually talked a little bit, and I'll talk to you about it in a minute. Okay, that was for the other place. So there is question. I guess France had their first case. They've now realized something like in November or December. And there's question if it actually made the rounds in Utah. And so if that, there's a lot, it's become a huge question here in Utah. There's a lot of people testing positive for the antibodies that got sick, and I'm talking sick, really sick in like January or so, January, February. There was a cold that went around here that took everyone down. A cold flu, whatever. It was a viral. They knew that much. And it hit everyone hard. I mean, and I'm not just talking my family. I'm talking, it was when people were warning, this is a really bad one. Watch out for pneumonia. Watch out for this or that. But because it supposedly wasn't in the U.S. yet. Thank you. You too. Because everyone claimed it wasn't in the U.S. yet. It couldn't be have been the coronavirus, is what everyone was saying. And so when the coronavirus did hit, and a few people were diagnosed, and other states were getting hit hard, and whatever else, Utah just kind of, okay, let's be proactive and prevent the issues other states are having. Well, now there's question, did we actually Because here's another thing to think about. Utah, I think, has one of the highest numbers of people entering the state from overseas and other places. And so the chances, if it was in places and not recognized, of it being, I'm going to roll my windows down because I obviously really need to charge my air conditioner. Anyway, the chances of it hitting here and made the rounds way before it was realized to be even in anywhere but China is actually very high. And Utah, in some ways, they're like front of the curve and everything, like on top of everything medically, and some of the best, but in some ways we're way behind. I mean, their testing here jumped fast, like the ability to test. We were able to get our hands on supplies to test, everything like that. But at the same time, before it was known to be out of China, the U.S. or Utah was just going on the accepted, okay, it's not out of China, we just need to work to get to that point. And everyone's around everyone, especially during Christmas, and we have a higher rate of things like that. So assuming it was in France, let's say it was in France in November, and someone that was on a mission was near that person and contracted it and came home from their mission in early December, and then came down with a really bad cold. Just thought it was a really bad cold, they jet lag and everything else, just getting home from their mission, all the stress of that, everything else. Wouldn't be surprising to come down with a cold. It isn't that uncommon for missionaries to take a little while to recover from something like that. It's really not that uncommon. So then take that, and then they have their homecoming that has a few hundred people. So let's say they got home around the beginning of December, around like the 3rd. They have their homecoming around, sometime right around the 1st or 2nd week of December. Let's say even the 2nd week of December. 300 people. 300 people then contract the virus from them. Because 300 people wouldn't be that unusual of a number to hear at a homecoming. It just isn't. So, 300 people. Let's say that's, because usually the missionary and their extended families from all over Utah, you probably have 5 different families, let's say. Just them. And that's that's immediate family. And then you have extended, so you probably have 15 different families, maybe? Well, let's be conservative. Let's say there's 10 different families there. Because all of them with kids. School's still in session the second week of December. So now you have school in session. You have all these kids that have come, that are exposed to it. They come down and they get sick with the virus. And they've been to school. Let's say you have 3 kids per family in school. That's not anywhere out on average of those, and we're only talking one person. So there's 3 different school classes of about 25 students each that are exposed. Now you have 75 families per family that within a half a week to a week have been exposed to the virus. They get, they go to their other side things, plus their work things, whatever else, plus all the shopping, whatever else. And I was saying 10 families. So that's possibly, let's even say that's 5 different cities that just the missionary extended family lives in. That's not that uncommon here. So 5 different cities throughout Utah now have numerous family members, numerous people exposed to it because of that family, especially right around Christmas. And then you take that and from that one, then you add in the fact that everyone's around their families for Christmas. And so of the 75 students per family, now you have to times that by all their families. It would not, the way Utah is, take long to run the gamut of all of Utah. And once you run the gamut of all of Utah, and that's basically, and the reason I'm bringing it up, that's basically what seemed to happen in December, January, is right around there, everyone got sick. Like, they're worse than most December, most holiday seasons. People went down like crazy this past time. So, taking that into account, there's a decent chance Utah already had it. And I will be honest, because of that, people are getting more daring. But hopefully they start wearing masks and everything else because of the dangers. Okay, now I need, let's see, where was I at? Bludgers and Arresto Momentum. And then trying to see where my hidden red dot is, because I already checked this. Yeah, it's not there. I have a suspicion. Nope, it's not there. I have a lost red dot. Okay. Anyway, so I guess what I'm getting at is Utah is a bit more open right now. People are still moving in and out, not necessarily having to take any extra precautions. So that may be something to consider. I'm not saying you have to, but I know Utah was one of the ones you were looking at. But that's also something to keep in mind, is the fact that people here, when we, it is more, if you move here, there is more of a, depending on the size of the city, Logan's a bit better about this, but even then, there's a lot of who do you know type thing. Are you related to anyone, etc. And so it is, there's a lot of good, but we all know that nowhere's perfect. And there's a lot of bad because of that. As I said, Logan's better about that because it's a bigger city. So the chance of you don't have as much of the small town. Everyone's related to everyone. And if you're not, you're an outsider type view. In Logan as you do in elsewhere, but at the same time, it can be, you do see more of that. And it's just something to be aware of. But at the same time, because of that too, because everyone knows everyone, people who don't know you many times, in general, I've heard a lot of people, and you know this having lived in Idaho, that people are sometimes more willing to stop and help people out. It can be a lot easier to move in and just get things done, etc. Because everyone knows everyone. So I do want to show you what my box looks like. I'm looking for my bludgers while I'm driving, but I want to show you, there's a bludger. But I want to show you my box too. So we're going to stop for a second. Yeah, for even more reason. Well, that's part of it, is honestly, in many ways, my family does kind of do that exact thing. And I'm not talking just me and Brett. I'm talking my parents are known for just out of the blue being, for talking to everyone and, hey, come join our circle and whatever. So you do have that available. there is that. But not everyone can, even though that's available to everyone, and it's really available to everyone, but even though it's available to everyone, not everyone gets a chance to get in on it because they don't realize it. So there's that. Let me go accept this. Okay, so check this out. Obviously, I didn't do as well on the runestones. Check out my gifts. I already gave away a dawdle. I gave away two extravagant ingredient. I gave away, let's see, we have 1, 2, 3 extravagant spell energies yesterday. No, I did not want to delete. I want to send that. So part of the reason I stopped, and I said, I guess I really am stopping, is because I looked down and it was showing hot again. I don't get it. So I'm going to send these off. And then I'm going to get out and walk around for a little bit, which is just fine with me. Because it's a good day out, as long as I watch the time. Yeah, I have like 30 minutes to let it cool down here. And that should cool it down plenty. And then I talked to Dad about it. But it was a perfect place for it to do it. Especially because, like, no one's out right now at this time. Because everyone's at work. So I don't have to bother putting on my mask. Well, it's more so, it's not that they ask, it's more just the kind of introduction to other people. So, while people are friendly, it can sometimes be that, hey, do I know you type idea. And the idea of everyone knows everyone, so you've got help. You've got people to help you and whatever. Rather than realizing that, especially, and I hate to say it, but because so many people are LDS, they figure if you are new to the area, you'll make friends real quick at church. And forgetting that not everyone's LDS. Not everyone who moves into Utah is LDS. or moves to a different town in Utah or things like that. I'm glad I was low on coins right there. I didn't want to buy that upgrade. Okay, I'm turning kind of here because there's a bunch of teenagers out and I'm not going to get close. Not that there's a problem, but it's not that they're teenagers, it's that I'm not getting close to anyone. And you can hear the language as I trip. I might have to drop a... That wasn't what I was after. I might have to drop a dark detector on one of these ends. See if I'm close enough to the inn. Nope. Oh, I can go a little bit closer now to the inn. That's not what I'm after. That is. That's why I'm not going after just everything. I wanted to get my last bludger. But yeah, Steph, Brett and me and Diana, I'm sure would all be more than glad to claim you. Diana Jen. Claim you and your family. Ah, come on, bludger. I was actually going to ask you a little bit about that on Discord because of everything. But I keep forgetting when I'm on Discord and only remembering on the stream, and I wasn't going to ask you on the stream. But I will say, they did say, while our parks were full, a bunch of the people at our national parks were not even from Utah this past weekend. And yet it's the first week that they've been open. So okay, let's see where we're at. Trace tonic. I'm not going to be able to finish this, but I can start it. Because obviously I can't use, well, I could. I might be able to finish. Let's see. I might barely finish as it's time for me to go. So we'll see. So I think you can hear the teens in the background. It's obvious they're teens, just because of their behaviors. Does not want me returning stuff today, obviously. There. And I'm not wearing my mask right now because I'm going to end up wearing it for about an hour in just a little while. And I didn't want to wear it for like 2.5 hours or more right now. I mean, I could, but I also think it's about time for me to replace the filter. One more magical game in sports. Okay. I was wondering if that was the last one, but that would be why it gave me such trouble, I think, is because it's like the last one. I have noticed that sometimes if it's the last one you need, they give you issues. Oh, look, the teenagers. Hi, Jen. You changed your name. And there's that one. So, before I forget about this, looks like they're showing up better now. Okay, now let's see. Now I can go the other way that I was gonna go. And just watch for brilliant foundables for a little while. Oh, maybe I ought to go open gifts, because I think I heard I got a gift I want. Let's go here, lean against this tree for a minute, and go open all my gifts. I've actually been lately, which I'm really excited about, been able to hit the point where I can't open all my gifts. So thank you, everyone. Yep, there it is. I'll go show you why I'm so excited about that in just a sec. Unless Steph read yesterday, Jen knows. Okay, all those are energy. I gotta get rid of stuff before I can open energy. Get rid of, return, whatever. Use up my energy. There, now I can go open one gift. I bet this will be 2 gifts. And depending on how much, what the gift has. Because I'm really unlucky with energy gifts. I usually get energy gifts that give like 2 spell energy. So, guess let's go in and place everything, since it's gonna make me. I assured her that the broom is not hers that's going to disappear. It's the broom of a famous student. Ah, come on, let me catch so I can go open those energy gifts in the next 2 minutes. There. Maybe I should open on the stream more often. Wrong one. Let's go here. Okay, nothing more here. Now what's it doing? My phone's being... Let me look. Aha, there. See. That was bad. And yet I still got her. But when I do a better one, I go figure. Let's see. Go open this last one, just so it's open. The one thing I do have to say about the new daily tasks is it reduces the desire for trace tonics. 2 more of her. Because honestly, it seems only during community day is it even worth it for me to drop trace tonics. And then during these events when they say to. Come on, I'm going after that right behind you, not you. Okay. Okay. Just checking on the plan for... because I was wondering if that was going to be Mindy when I saw there was a message there. So what it is Mindy's at work. So, yeah. And we have PT, the 3:30 and 4. And so I had to figure that out. Let's go after this last one. Then check my ingredients just because, or not ingredients, my gifts just because I've got a few of them. So I gotta figure out what they are. Then we'll head over and see where we're at. Didn't get any extra good ingredient gifts. Doesn't look like I did spell energy either. That's okay. Take care of that one later. Oh, I wanted to show you this. Okay. I'm gonna stay where I'm at for now, but yeah. Wish I knew what that red dot was. Definitely take that one. Okay. So now I'm just going to be talking for a little bit because I need to head over to PT. And yes, the car has cooled down again. because I was slightly sore before, and then while I was walking around Willow Park on the stream, when I said, oops, I managed to catch the toe of my shoe in the loop on my tie of my shoelace. The way I have them tied, it didn't come untied, but it did trip me. Not all the way, I caught myself, but I can tell I wrenched my back a little bit. And the feeling I'm getting is I actually put out a rib or two. The problems with EDS. Oh, I have a question. And Jen can answer this later or on the Discord, and you can if you want and whatever. Do you think it would be helpful if I had a chart where I put where we're at? And if I do that, especially at first, do I just include what I've done? Because no one's given me anything so far. And if I do include what I've done, do I include the miles too, where I'm still adding up? Or, obviously, because I took the screenshot and I'm just going to wait until the end of the month and then take another screenshot and then combine, do the adjustments that way. Or, do the math then. But I could do the math in between and just keep that off to the side, knowing how much I've added for myself. What would be your guys' suggestion, recommendation, whatever? I would love to have your guys' input on that. And then if I do that, another question is, do I try and show during the stream, probably near the first of the stream, so if people don't want to watch the whole stream, they can catch it. Do I show it during the stream where we're at? And if so, yeah, or if I don't have just show totals? Do I show, exact totals on the stream, or do I show it in picture form, or what? So, let me know what you think, and also give me an idea of, so the EDS Society is shooting for 300,000 acts of awareness. Do I show the same for us and just show where we're at just from the EDS community? Do I take that and actually show, what I see on their website and show where we're at compared to that? Or do we pick a number and show where we're at in comparison to the original number? And then if we exceed that number, just extend it, but show that we met the original number and then that we extended it. If we do just pick a number kind of at random or a certain percentage or whatever, how do we pick that number? I'd love ideas, suggestions on all of that. So, let me know there what you guys think. I think I'll stay on, drop my next trace, collect the rewards, and let you see what the next, not that you guys can't access it anyway, but then see where we're at. At least see the next ones. Yeah, I know some ways it'll be a waste of a trace tonic, but I'm not too worried about it. First of all, I have plenty of tonic. Second, I don't even need to drop a trace tonic around my house usually. So, and obviously something's going on around here too. And now I can just gather red books until I get a bunch of red books. And then I can decide what I want to do. Okay, I will